This is Jinx Digital.
Hello everyone, this is Jinx and this is my brand new podcast, Night Fever, focusing on Auckland FC as they enter their second campaign in the A-League. We'll look forward to the 25-26 season and see what's in store for the Black Knights. Hello and welcome to Night Fever with me, Jinx. This is episode 7, a match preview of our opening home game of the season against Western Sydney Wanderers. We drew 0-0 first game of the season last week and we'll be looking to take all 3 points this time around against the Sydney team. Western Sydney, they drew 1-1 at home to Melbourne City, also looking for their first 3 points of the season. Let's get into it.
Jinx Digital.
Welcome to the show. The stage is set at Go Media Stadium this weekend, Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff. Auckland FC hosting Western Sydney Wanderers. Both teams coming off the back of draws in their first game of the season. Auckland FC will be looking to take advantage of the home fixture and Western Sydney will be looking to assert themselves. So for both teams, this is more than just 3 points. This is about setting the tone, gaining confidence and setting how the season will go. You can expect the atmosphere to be lively and our crowd in full voice backing the team. The travel for Sydney, the excitement of a home opener. From a competition standpoint, this early season fixture is crucial for momentum. A good result means we start strong. A slip could set us back. So the prep, the mindset, it all matters. The teams have only played each other a handful of times in the past. They had 2 games in the season, Auckland winning away 1-0, and it was a 1-1 draw at home at Go Media. They played in a pre-season friendly where Western Sydney ran out 4-2 winners. It means that we average 3 goals in a game whenever Auckland FC come up against Western Sydney Wanderers, so expect some goals this weekend. So while there's potential for an open game, expect discipline, some careful football and possibly deciding moments rather than a runaway scoreline. I'm confident that we can do it on the night as long as we step up and make the most of those attacking threats. Taking a look at the recent form for both clubs, let's start with the Wanderers. Coming into the 25-26 season saw some significant changes to the squad and a sense of expectation. New signings, departures, a sense of renewal, and it all feeds into form and momentum. What we do know is that the Wanderers have added some experienced heads and made changes to try and move up the table. For ourselves, last season gave us some very good building blocks. We should approach this with confidence. Home opener, full crowd, momentum behind us from last season. We'll want to start strongly. We averaged 1.33 games at home last season, while the Wanderers averaged 1.83 away. So that suggests that the Wanderers historically travel very well, but we are at home, so advantage us. And taking a look at Western Sydney Wanderers and what they bring to the table. Firstly, their recruitment. For the 25-26 season, they brought in such players as Costa Barbarouses from Wellington Phoenix and Steven Ugakovic, a veteran midfielder. Also, some losses in the team as well, which will put a bit of an impact to them. Their attacking players, Nicholas Milanovic, he went off to Aberdeen, and that could impact their goal output. So strengths, experience and leadership within the squad. They've got attacking options with new signings and a decent away record. It suggests that they travel well. They'll have a hunger to improve after last season. The coach is under pressure to get results early. From a tactical standpoint, we can expect them to try to control midfield, use their forward experience and press carefully to exploit transitions. They have adequate depth and new faces motivated to make an impact. For Auckland, that means we must be sharp defensively, organised and make the most of our home crowd advantage. Let's now take a look at some of the notable players for Western Sydney Wanderers, and we'll start with the Kiwi Costa Barbarouses, who we know very well. He was the first player to score competitively against us in our club history. It was when we won 2-1 at home in December last year. He got on the score sheet also last weekend in Western Sydney's opening game, so expect a goal threat from Costa. Steven Ugakovic, a midfield veteran, he adds composure, experience and leadership. Aidan Hammond, a young winger, high potential, one for the future. but could make an impact now. Centre-back Anthony Pantazopoulos, a breakout defender with Australia under-23 experience, which means he's reliable and blossoming. He had a great game last weekend as well, very solid. I think he rated one of the best of the performers for Western Sydney Wanderers last weekend. Also worth noting their youngster Alex Bonatig. So when we prep for this match, Barbarouses will want chances, so our centre-backs need to be alert. Ugakovic will control the tempo, so our midfield needs to match the rhythm. The young guys Hammond and Pantazopoulos, they bring an energetic attack and defence and lines that we should be testing. We need to respect both their experience and youth. No notable unavailable players for Western Sydney Wanderers. Now let's look at our absences. Nando Peinecker, centre-back, he's been undergoing ankle surgery since August. Expected to return around about the 1st of November. Our trusty midfielder Gallegos, he's still out with an injury since early October. That means for this opener we are missing 2 key players, central defender and central midfielder. Last weekend, Goodwood Reich came in to partner Down Hall in centre of defence, and he struck up a great partnership and was very solid. He was my man of the match last weekend. In summary, Auckland may be weakened slightly defensively and in midfield. Wanderers likely to be near full strength. Important details for how we line up. Let's now take a look at the likely lineups for the weekend. We'll start with Western Sydney Wanderers. We could be looking at a 4-3-3 formation. At right back, it could be a toss-up between Gabriel Cleur or Simmons. And in centre of defence, Bonatig and Pantazopoulos could partner up. Left back, I've gone for Gusbach. And across the middle of midfield, I've gone for Ugakovic, Galante, and either Skitch-Luna or Thurgate. The forward line is likely to be led by Costa Barbarouses, with Crave on the left and Borrello on the right. For Auckland, we may switch things up a little bit. Last week we were 4-4-2. This week we could see a 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, I've gone for Michael Vau. He had a good game last weekend with a crucial save. The defence remain unchanged. They were pretty solid last weekend. De Vries, Goodwood Reich, Hall and Sakai. In the midfield, we were also pretty solid. Brimmer partnering up with Verstraete. And moving on to the wings, I see Francois staying on the left. His competition for that position, Gillian on the bench. Rogerson on the right, I see him coming back into the starting lineup ahead of Brook. Rogerson, a home crowd favourite, looking to make an impact. And just off the striker, I've gone for Guillermo Mai coming back into the team. He was slowly introduced last following an injury to it. He'll be in place of, and up front, Sam Cosgrove. Hopefully he can get into the game a little bit early. And with a change of setup behind him, hopefully that plays advantage to his game. And taking a closer look at some of those key players for Auckland FC, Michael Vau in goal, reliable, good shot stopping and commanding his box. Hiroki Sakai, bringing that international experience, helps calm the defence on the right side. Dan Hall, solid centre-back, will need to marshal things, especially with the change in partner, which is Jake Goodwood Reich. Louis Verstraete in midfield, holding play, able to distribute and maintain the structure. Jake Brimmer, that creative link, able to push forward and supply the attack. Marley Francois, young but energetic, he'll look to exploit space on the left. And Sam Cosgrove, the target man, strong in aerial duels, he'll challenge the Wanderers' defence. So that gives you some likely lineups for what we may expect this weekend and who to watch in which position. Let's now dive into some tactical battles, the matchups that could decide the game. In midfield, there'll be a good battle between Verstraete and Ugakovic. Verstraete, he'll aim to control the tempo, recycle possession and shield the defence. Ugakovic, he'll look to use his experience, break those lines and feed the attacking units. If the Wanderers midfield dominates, they'll control the game. If Auckland can hold shape and disrupt, we'll get those chances. In the wide areas, Francois and Rogerson will be causing the fullbacks some trouble. And Wanderers player Hammond, with his pace, he'll be causing some trouble. So the defenders must stay alert. On the flip side, Auckland's wingers need to exploit the spaces behind the Wanderers fullbacks, who may push forward. Defensive stability versus attacking threat. With Auckland missing Peinecker, Wanderers forward Barbarouses will test our defence. Auckland centre-backs must be on point. Meanwhile, Auckland's attack of Cosgrove and on the wings will challenge the backline of Pantazopoulos. The question, can Auckland expose the weaker links in the Wanderers' defence early? In pressing and transitions, Wanderers will look to hit with Hammond and Barbarouses. Auckland at home may try to impose a high tempo early, pin back the Wanderers and use crowd momentum. If Wanderers soak up the pressure and hit on the break, it could be dangerous. So expect Auckland to start with intent, while the Wanderers may be calm and measured. In set pieces, with Cosgrove up front and Auckland's size, the set pieces could be crucial. On the Wanderers side, any defensive vulnerability on set pieces could be exploited from corners and free kicks close to goal. These could swing the match. We're predicting how this game might go, considering all above: home advantage, building on momentum, the Wanderers coming strong without a winning history away to us. And with a game that averages 3 goals, I'm leaning towards an Auckland 2-1 win. Possibly Barbarouses getting on the score sheet, but Auckland managing to control and play out the rest of the game. And that's a wrap for episode 7. We've covered match context, head-to-head history, recent form of both clubs, strengths of the opposition, key players, unavailable players, and likely lineups. Also taking a look at a possible match prediction. It's a big game ahead for Auckland against Western Sydney Wanderers. Make sure you're there, make sure you're loud, and let's take all 3 points. If you've enjoyed today's preview, give us a follow and share the podcast. Drop your predictions in the comments below or on our socials. I'd love to hear what you think the score will be. Also, stay tuned for a match reaction following Saturday's game. Thanks for listening. See you on Saturday. Up the port, up the Black Knights, and goodbye for now.